This will be Unit 3, Target 1, which says I can identify characteristics of three-dimensional figures such as shape of faces, number of edges, vertices, and faces. So, first thing I want to do is I want to show the difference between a regular prism and our pyramids. When we start talking about a regular prism is going to have two bases. In this case we have a square for the top and the bottom. And the sides, these faces here, are going to be parallelograms. Same here, we have in this case a triangle on the top and bottom, and this would become a triangular prism. We have parallelograms for the sides. Another prism here, we have a hexagon for the top and the bottom. These are parallel bases. And our sides here will be parallelograms, most of the time rectangles. Okay, so these are going to be our prisms. Now, when we switch to a pyramid, we have the base of whatever shape. In this case, we're going to have a triangle base. And then we're going to have three triangular sides which come up to a point. They share a common vertex at the top. So this will be a triangular pyramid. This one here has a base such a hexagon, comes up to a point, has triangles around the side, so this will be a hexagonal pyramid. And then this one here is an octagon, has 8 sides, comes up to a point, so we have an octagonal pyramid. So the difference between the pyramids and the prisms are the pyramids come up to a point, the prisms have bases that are the same shape, same size. The next part of this is being able to identify vertices, faces, and edges. So I'm going to start with this, and we're going to start with faces. The faces are going to be the flat surfaces. So in this case, we have a face on the bottom, a face on the top, which is a triangular. We have 3 faces that are rectangles. So this triangular prism has 5 faces. If we take this square prism, square on the bottom, square on the top, and then we have 4 rectangles for sides, so we're going to have a total of 6 faces. If we go over to the pyramids, I'll use this one for an example. We have the hexagon on the bottom, and then we're going to have 6 triangles around the side for the faces. So this will have 7 faces. When we move on to vertices, the vertices are going to be the corners, or the points where everything comes together. And I'll start with this triangular pyramid. For the vertices, we have 3 vertices around the bottom, and it comes to the point, so this one will have 4 vertices. For this hexagon, we have 6 vertices around the bottom, comes up to a point. This has 7 vertices. For the prisms, it's a little bit different, different pattern. Here we'll start with a triangular prism. We have 3 vertices around the bottom, we have 3 vertices around the top, so we're going to have 6 vertices. And I'll do a hexagonal prism, so we have 6 vertices around the bottom, we have 6 vertices around the top, so we have a total of 12 vertices. So now we've talked about the sides, we've talked about the vertices, and now we're going to talk about an edge. An edge is where the 2 faces come together. Here around the top, and then here on the sides. So if we look at this hexagonal prism, we are going to have 6 edges around the top, we are going to have 6 edges around the bottom, and then we're going to have 6 edges around the sides. So in this case we'll have 6, 12, 18 different edges. Another prism, we'll go to the square prism. We're going to have 4 of the edges around the bottom, we have 4 of the edges around the top, and we'll have 4 edges around the sides. So we have 4, 8, and 12 edges. If we go over here to an example of one of the pyramids, and we're looking at edges, in this case we have the hexagon, so we have 6 edges around the bottom, and then we have 6 edges coming up to the point. So we have 6 plus 6 is 12, we have 12 edges in this figure. And one more for this, we'll do the triangular pyramid. We have 3 edges around the bottom, we have 3 edges coming up to the point, so in this case we have 6 total edges. So in review, the difference between a prism and a pyramid are going to be the bases. This has 2 bases that are the same. The pyramids are going to have a base and come up to a point. And when we look at vertices, faces, and edges, we have a face, which is going to be the one of the flat surfaces, vertices, which are going to be the corners, and edges, which are going to be where the 2 faces come together.